Today, Nibbler is going to get fitted for his very first pirate costume. Today we have a special guest. This is Nibbler, my son. And as you may notice, he's missing an eye. Are you going to work with me today? So as long as he's willing to hang out with me, I'm going to take as many of his measurements as I can so I can draft a little pirate shirt for him. What do you think about that, bud? My goal is to not torture him to do this. This is his little treat ball. Look. And he's figuring out how to use it. You want to sniff? Just tape. Oh. You need to inspect first? You need to see that? Okay. You're okay. Hi. Hello. You're being so good. I'm going to say his neck length is probably 2 inches. Oh, you can get more treats. Here, you did good. You nudged it. Let me help. Oh, hold on. I know. There you go. Let's see if I can get around his waist. 20, I'm going to say 20 inches. You did so good. You need to put that back over there so you can try it again. I'm going to measure, I'm going to say about 6 inches from neck to waist. Good sport so far. And your ball. You should probably measure around your little neck. He doesn't even mind collars usually. How big is your little neck? You have kind of a big neck because you're a big kitty. How big is your little neck? Lucky number 13. Look, a boy, you want another treat? Oh, we got a bunch. I'm not going to give him all those. I'll give him a few more in a second. You're being so good. Do you want some brushies? He's like, no, I want some treats. Ooh. Ooh. Does it feel good? Are you drooling? Yeah. I'm just going to measure from the center of his back to where's your shoulder? 4.5 inches. Can I measure what your sleeve length would need to be? Does that feel weird because I'm touching your little shoulder? 7 inches? Do you need a treat? Here. Very good boy. What are we doing? Is this enrichment time? Would you like some catnip after this? You're facing your butt to the camera. Do you know that? Can I measure under here? Will you let me? Hold still. Hold on. Come here. Look at you. Look at you. You want to bite it, don't you? Here, look. Look. I just want to take a moment to share a bit about Nibbler and why he only has one eye. He is FIV positive. We knew that when we adopted him. He had a very normal life until he started developing some trouble with his eyes. And luckily, there's an eye specialist in our area who confirmed that he has glaucoma. And that was why he had to have it removed. At that point, he couldn't see out of it, and it was just causing pain. So the doctor recommended that he's getting feisty. The doctor recommended that we go ahead and remove it. He does still have glaucoma, and he gets eye drops several times a day in his remaining eye. He also has a type of very aggressive cancer called squamous cell, and he has a tumor in his ear canal that's close to the base of his skull. They estimated his prognosis without treatment to be 2 to 3 months. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And feisty. We did start him on medication that's meant to help with inflammation, and it slows down the progression of the cancer. He's currently on a steroid in place of the anti-inflammatory. What? What? What do you want? Oh, you're blepping. You're blepping. Everything that they had told us at that appointment where they gave us the diagnosis, they said that even with removing the tumor, which would involve also having to remove a part of his skull, and he would need to have chemo and or radiation on top of that, it wouldn't improve his prognosis much. So at that time, we decided that Nibbler would be on kitty hospice, and we would just do everything that we could to keep the progression as slow as possible and keep him as comfortable as we could for as long as we could. I'm gonna knock on wood here, but that has been, I wanna say, 2 years since we received that diagnosis. He goes to his primary vet regularly. They know my number when I call. He's definitely a senior. He was probably around 5 or 6 when we adopted him, and that's been, gosh, at least 7 years ago. Nibbler, I think you could probably get more viewers than Dita in her giant martini glass. I think I got all the measurements I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. This is a torn up fitted sheet that lost its last leg. I think that this was defective when we got it originally, but I'm gonna use this to make my pattern / mock-up for his shirt. Did I make it too small? At first I did it was too big, and now it seems like it's too small. So, can you give me one more sec? I'm gonna go back and lay down. You're such a good kitty. You're happy though, you're purring, and you're drooling. You're so weird. If you couldn't already tell, because this video is being posted late, this week has been a hot mess. This project was also supposed to be a quick one, but I underestimated how much cooperation I would need from my son, and I don't always like to bug him when he's resting out of respect, because that's a living creature that likes to rest and sleep just like the rest of us do, despite the fact that it's probably in his karma to be disturbed, considering how often he disturbs me for food at night. But we're not going to talk about that. I am going to go ahead and make his shirt out of this bed sheet. I'm comfortable trying to move on to do sleeves. I know that this is probably not how sleeves are done. I've laid the vest part of the shirt down and traced out the curve of this arm, and I think if I make this on a fold and put seam allowance down here, I'll have a cuff seam allowance down here. I took this away, added a seam allowance. It's gonna be shaped funny, but it should go into this really easily if my brain is braining right. I'm gonna give it a shot. You gonna show the people your outfit? Wow. Wow. Nibbler, look at you, dapper gentleman. So I had to let our main star return to his bed because he was getting a little cranky. And object number one of this project was to not upset the main star. The sleeves went fine. I expected to have to do some gathering on them, and I didn't quite get the shape right, but this is a costume for a cat, so let's all just remember that. And once I got the shirt done, I felt like he needed a little vest, and I wanted to match because, you know, I have FOMO real bad. I put this little like vest attachment on. I don't know if I want to leave this or not. It's really simple to take this off. I just hand stitched it real quick. But I tried to put some like little rips, and I didn't hem it. Like, I wanted it to look rustic, rough. He also drooled on his shirt several times while we were doing fittings, so there very well could be random food stains on here. I don't know, but I did put a giant strip of elastic on it for the closure. I didn't want to make a whole separate piece for the vest because I wanted this to be just super quick and easy to put on and take off, because again, his comfort is my #1 priority. All the sewing was not, you know, great. There's a lot of puckers. It's kind of difficult sewing something so tiny, especially when you get to the sleeves. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement, but this is just adorable for what it is. His sleeves were way too baggy, so I gathered the sleeves to give him a little ruffle. And if I had this to do over again, I would probably shorten the sleeve length a bit because his leg kept disappearing in it, and then he would try to walk away and his foot would be in the sleeve. He naturally gave himself like a peg leg situation there, but this is so stinking cute. I would have loved to make him a hat, but because of the stuff with his ears, I didn't want to have something that would make him uncomfortable. And I couldn't think of another way other than like having it strapped to his head. And that ear tends to be kind of tender anyway. So this was that. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more DIY content, more self-awareness content, or just some fantasy geek millennial lady and her cat, go ahead and subscribe. I upload videos most Fridays, though this one was late, and I'll see all of you ethereal little dumplings again real soon. Bye! Would you like some? Oh, I got you. It's okay. Your foot disappeared. Hold on. There it is. You leaving? Where you headed? You look awfully handsome in your little shirt.